This is just the beginning, and even now XRP is about to explode in value and take off, because out of all of the layer 2 ecosystems, the XRP ledger has been quietly gaining a lot more attention and a lot more adoption. Now, while its total value and real world asset count is still significantly lower than the leading ecosystems the likes of Ethereum, Arbitrum or even Base, it is currently the leading ecosystem that is seeing more month-on-month adoption, 32.27% more this month than the previous, outdoing the likes of Arbitrum, Plume and the rest quite comfortably. And this growth is only possible thanks to all of the partnerships Ripple and XRP have been forming recently and over the years, like with Easy A Labs for example, and there are many more that are forming with leading institutions the likes of Raoul, Amina, Hidden Road, BNY Mellon, and there are of course many more. Like their recent deal, huge deal with Western Union. Western Union here made a huge move connecting them closer with Ripple and XRP as they snagged the XRP Ledger on-demand liquidity user Intermex in an all-cash deal of $500 million, which is huge. Intermex have been working with Ripple for 5 years or so, since 2020. So this is very significant and very bullish news, as this will allow Western Union to capture growth in all of America and strengthen Ripple and XRP's connection to the legacy institutions, making XRP's global takeover so much easier. And once again, this is just the beginning. Something I keep preaching time and time again to my free Discord community, which you can check out and learn a lot more by clicking the link down below in the description, is that this market is maturing from a get-rich-quick scheme to a technological revolution. Hype is no longer the main driver, now it's real utility and real use case, and XRP as a result is about to take off in value. Yes, currently down 2.32% on the daily time frame right now, but XRP is on the cusp of a massive price pump in my personal belief. Not financial advice, but that's proven in interviews like these. Interview with the CEO of Anchorage Digital. He confirms that all financial institutions that were previously sidelined are now ready and want to come into the crypto space over the next 24 months, next 2 years. They will definitely be coming to the XRP ledger, sending its total value and real world asset count and frankly everything about it so much higher, making it the leading layer 2 ecosystem in this space, therefore setting XRP's value much higher as a result, with the demand rallying and XRP being the gas fee on the XRP ledger. Listen closely here to Anchorage Digital CEO.
But do you have anything to add on to what Walter just said about your experience?
Yeah, I think, in many ways, Paxos pioneered the idea of regulatory first. I think you guys were one of the first, if not the first, trust charter within New York. And we very much agreed with that thesis, that the way to build to last within the digital asset ecosystem was to pursue regulatory clarity, even when it was hard, even when it was difficult. Many large institutions said, hey, we want to be second. And there's a really good reason that you want to be second, because the ones that go first get in trouble. They have a lot of problems. They go through the growing pains. You talked earlier about the scars. But I think what we're finding is there are an entire set of institutions that would never have touched crypto with a 10-foot pole. BNY, relatively speaking, had a lot of courage to decide to get into crypto and into crypto businesses when they did. Similarly, BlackRock and a lot of the other institutions. But what we're seeing now is super conservative institutions say, "Hey, we can no longer wait. We can no longer stand on the sidelines of this. We need to come in." And so we're finding is that despite the fact that it feels like there's a regulatory lifting, what's happening is there's an even bigger set of institutions that are now coming in that want to work with the most regulated institutions they possibly can. Because absent that, they were never going to come in the first place at all. And it turns out that is almost like an iceberg in a sense. And the iceberg of conservative institutions that are now coming in, I think is going to be really one of the main stories of the next 24 months.
Yeah. I think that's probably right.
All of crypto is undergoing a massive institutional transformation. Right now it's Bitcoin and Ethereum, soon it will be Solana, Cardano, Dogecoin, HBAR, especially XRP. Even Raoul stated as much, that these assets, that XRP is about to explode to the moon. Early cycle retail. So people who are like us effectively, I imagine most of us who have been here for months, if not years now in crypto, we typically pile our capital now at this point into cheap looking coins because the price per token is low. The majority of retail are still fairly uneducated, I say, and ignorant about the direction of where crypto is going. Again, not from hype now, but more towards fundamentals. But because of that, they don't focus on fundamentals. They go for get rich quick schemes. They're hooked on the old methods of the old cycle. But those of us here holding XRP, we know that fundamentals matter so much more. XRP is a standout, the strongest asset in this space. And XRP is still massively undervalued, only $2.87. Bitcoin nearing all-time highs, Ethereum nearing all-time highs. XRP is not far off either, but even then, it's only a $500 million market cap. Actually, tell you, that's Ethereum. It's at a $200 million market cap. It's still so undervalued right now. With that being said, it's strongly believed by Raoul that assets like XRP are going to explode, as retail, who's currently in Bitcoin and Ethereum, will start to cycle into the smaller assets, which would be next XRP, Dogecoin, Cardano. The rest, whether you like it or not, they're coming to XRP. XRP is about to explode in value, and Raoul doubles down here, confirming that assets like Sui, and in particular XRP as well, have been quite comfortably the best performers and best picks this cycle. If you follow the banana zone, you at least be 50% to 650% up in value from a year ago. And right behind Sui at 650 is XRP at 630%. That's a 7x, making XRP one of the best assets to hold this cycle so far. And again, we are still so early. To find out more and to stay more locked in and up to date, then come check out the VIP group here, wop.com/coinfactory. From alpha institutional research documents, trade alerts, and so much more, you can check it all out for free for 7 days. Link down below in the description. And remember, as always, do your own research, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.